Hello everyone, welcome to Trade. Today we're going to be seeing the Nifty and Banknifty levels for November 11th, Friday. So what I've opened is the 15-minute chart of Banknifty. We are going to see what happened today, and then we are going to see what are the trade possibilities for tomorrow. So I've just opened the daily chart of Banknifty. We kind of had a nice gap down and a pullback, but intraday this pullback was tradable in Banknifty. And in Nifty we had a pretty red day. Again, it was pretty volatile due to the expiry. We made a low of 17,973 and had a pullback, and the day's high was at about 18,100. So a good intraday move was there. We're going to see at 15-minute chart how we could have traded today. See, firstly, in Banknifty, we had this view that, see, the moment the market opened, this screenshot was posted at about 9:50, around 10 o'clock. See, it was pretty clear that in the morning, the OI was on the call side. There was resistance on the upside. That is what we posted here. That's why we had a short view, like short view in the sense we were expecting some dip until this level, that is 41,375. Now this trade was given based on, like, the analysis was done based on the 3-minute time frame along with the open interest. As you can see, this red line is the 20 MA. All along we were taking support at this 20 MA, and when kind of this trend line was breaking down, this is when we post. I normally don't post trades like this, that which can work, but on a good day when everything is looking good, why not post it, right? So the first target was day's low, and the second target was S3 of CPR, that is this level at 41,375, and ultimately the targets did achieve. We exactly took support at this blue line that was marked yesterday in the analysis, that's around 41,350. And at this point, when we were kind of hovering here, right, didn't expect such a big up move of what happened. Now if you see the 15-minute chart for today, see from here, see, yesterday I had marked this entire zone that can act as support, right? So beautifully we came, tested that, and got a bounce. This bounce was not expected. Such a big bounce was not expected, and otherwise probably we would have traded it, but didn't expect such a big bounce until 41,600, almost till the day's high, right? And today there was this the semi-finals match as well, World Cup. So by 12:45, when this trade was done, we were done with our trade, and finally we ended up getting a nice move on the upside. See, this up move, the only signal that we got that probably this is a good solid up move was only this one candle. There was nothing else apart from being at a very good support, and this one green candle showed that we could get some buying from here, right? But whereas in Nifty, the pullback was kind of easily analyzable and tradable, especially this pullback. Why? See, this is a Nifty chart that we had, all the levels that we had marked yesterday. So after getting this nice dip, right, this kind of made a double bottom. Anytime you see a double bottom or a double top, right, in a chart on intraday basis, it works beautifully. This was like almost like a double bottom here. Along with this, we were seeing a bullish divergence. So Nifty reversal was kind of more easily analyzable, right? See, it's about how easily or how quick you can analyze something, right? In Banknifty, though we had this one bullish candle, that was it. There was no any sort of significant divergence even on the 15-minute time frame. So going long here was a little skeptical, right? Apart from see, we were not able to track the OI data in this up move, but obviously some short covering would have come. Otherwise this type of move wouldn't have come because of the match. We were busy watching the match. So this data I missed capturing. Otherwise probably a screenshot like this, if I'd taken, it would have helped. But in Nifty, the pullback was kind of easily analyzed because there was almost like a double bottom, and the price made a lower low. Indicator was making a higher high. So this was kind of tradable. So it was a pretty good day. If somebody could capture move on the upside or downside, it was a pretty good day. We were able to capture only the down move because of the match, but the match result was not all that pleasing. Now, if we want to see the trade levels for tomorrow, right, it could be a little tricky trading tomorrow. For the reason is, I'm just going to go to the US market. See, there was some news about the US inflation that came in some time back, and that has put the US market plus 800. It had a pretty huge gap up. Along with this, even the European markets all are in green. Now, this is putting our SGX Nifty at a 290 point gap up, right? A 290 point gap up in Bank Nifty can easily correlate to 500 600 point gap up. Maybe we could be heading, if this Dow Jones, the gap up sustains, right? We'll just see the Dow Jones chart as well. See, yesterday we saw there was a beautiful red candle at this resistance. It did appear and look like we are taking resistance here, but today we have gapped up above this trend line that we have in the US market, and we are still hovering above it. So the gap up is sustaining. So we'll have to wait and see until the end of the day. If you look at the 15-minute chart, some selling pressure is there. We'll have to see if the gap fills, if we come further down, or the gap holds and go up. The US market just opened, it just about, like, say, an hour is done. So we'll have to wait and watch. So it will be difficult to predict whether we're going to get a very big gap up or a gap down tomorrow. So before we see the gap up or gap down, we'll just mark few levels. I'm going to move this line over here, the small reaction line. We can get rid of this. We can even get rid of this box and just keep this one line as a support. And nothing above this, and this is the all-time high for Bank Nifty. Above this we don't have anything. Now, say if we get a huge gap up, right, from today's close, say a 500 600 points, as of now, considering the current situation, this might change overnight, but we have to do some analysis as of now, right, with whatever we have. Say we get about 500 600 point gap up, putting us around 42,000. We could face some resistance over here at this level. When we get a huge gap up, probably a retest to this level or some down move. I'm not expecting a gap up and again a very good move on the upside. So there's two possibilities. One, gap up. If the gap up holds, good. If it breaks and comes down, we might get a nice short move, or we might just gap up and hold this place. So now how we can identify that is what I would look for personally. Whenever there's a huge gap up, what I would use to identify is, I'll put on this. See, we have R3 over here, right? So we'll make use of the pivots, and we'll also make use of the weekly pivots and the monthly, because we are going above. See, we have the weekly CPR R2 over here at about 42,100. So these are the levels I'll watch out for. See, whenever there's a gap up, now say assume we get a gap up and the first five-minute candle, either a green or a red candle, is something formed like this, right? So the best thing to do is wait to see if this low is holding. If this low breaks, wherever we gap up, right? If this low breaks, then most probably we might come to fill the gap, so, or at least come to test levels of 41,900. We'll try and take a shot. So if we are within this level, either the first 15-minute candle or the 5-minute candle, it's always better if we keep the 15-minute candle, and if that low breaks, otherwise most of the time what will happen, we will end up being within the 15-minute range, like something like this day. See, the first was a red candle, but the entire day we were within this 15-minute range. So wait and see if that first 15-minute range breaks, especially when we get a gap up. Not every day we'll have to watch that. It's always good to keep a track of that, but whenever there's a gap up, if the first 15-minute range breaks, then I might look to take a shot with first targets as this, that is 41,934. And we can even also add an reaction line over here, something like an intraday level where there will be some bounce over here. That is, the next target on the downside is 41,800, and then obviously 41,600. Now in case we get a pretty flat opening, right, like say the Dow Jones, see, it's already, the Dow Jones, it's not a very bullish price action as of now for the first 1 hour, right? Even if you see the hourly chart, It's a nice red candle that is coming in, so we'll have to wait and see. So in case the Dow Jones falls, we get a pretty flat opening, we probably can take resistance here at 41,680, this level. We'll look for short at all these levels, and definitely the targets again will be 41,300 and 41,000. My overall view for the market, even though after such a big gap up from the US market, is still bearish. I'm not extremely bullish on the market. Probably if we get a gap up and hold this 42,000, maybe then my view might become bullish. So wherever we get some kind of a pullback, right, on the higher side, definitely I'll look to short. And this is all the CPI levels that we have. So everything is in place. So these are the levels that I'll be using. I'll look to short at higher levels, but if say something like the first 15 minutes is a very green candle and then we start getting these green candles, probably I will definitely go long as well. See, if this gap up sustains, this gap up 3 not what we are seeing, right, and Bank Nifty gets a very huge gap up, then most likely for the retail trader there'll be nothing to trade. But I'm just hoping that we take some resistance somewhere around 41,000, 42,000 or 42,100 and get some small intraday down move is possible. See, now the other thing that we can watch out for is, let me just put off everything and just put the EMAs. How beautifully sometimes this EMA helps us is, see, now when we get a huge gap up, right, the price will come to test the 20 EMA either on 5 minute or 15 minutes. So that also can be a trade. Now for example, see, on this day we got a huge gap up, right? So eventually the market again went up, but see, the price did come on a 5-minute chart to test the 20 EMA. So even a down trade like this is good, right? And this is also exactly what I was saying, wait for the first 5 minute or 15 minute. So when that range breaks, we will get some move on the downside. So that's the plan for tomorrow. Let's see how the Bank Nifty trades. And today another reason why we booked the profits here was, we after a long time, after quite a few days, we on the 15 minute we came and touched the 200 EMA. The pink line is the 200 EMA. So this also was one of our targets, where one of the reason why we mentioned this target, though this was shared on 13 minutes, on the 15 minutes we were kind of expecting the price to hit the 200 EMA. Even that did happen. So this was one of our targets. Now in Nifty, most of the levels that we have will remain the same. Probably I can leave this line as it is and bring this line over here and move this line around this area. Now if Nifty again gaps up 300 points, right, will exactly put us in this region where multiple times we have taken rejection, that is around 18,300. So will not immediately look to go long. Probably, see, my view is this gap up might come to retest this trend line and then we might get a sell off. That is what I'm expecting. But something like this, we get a gap up, retest this trend line and then dip. So this is what I'm planning for. But obviously if the market breaks this and goes higher, definitely will trade on the long side. But these are the levels that I'll use in Nifty. So that's it for Nifty and Bank Nifty for tomorrow. Pretty detailed explanation. Let's see if even tomorrow we